And then as you get further out, that property kind of remains in its existing use as it is right now, as in parking and overflow parking. So that all this development is considered within the area allowed for development for the zoo.
Just does seem a little bit different than what we had heard in January. So I would appreciate a little bit more explanation of why the change, and just for my own due diligence.
I'm not sure how to answer that. I just going back to the public minutes, and we've been consistent in our messaging that area, instead of developing it, it would be a flat, empty space, but it would be used for overflow. The drawings that we've submitted over the multiple revisions were noted in the packet that this area could be used for overflow. When we fully execute the park plan, we're committed to building a berm and additional boulders, so even if a car wanted to, they can't access the grass. We've also committed to tilling the soil and reseeding it so it's a lush field again. We're also open to permanently changing the operating agreement. One of the things the neighbors gave me feedback on was, how do we know this isn't a death of 1,000 cuts? People that have been in the neighborhood for a long time have memories of the park getting smaller and smaller over the years. When will it stop? So we're willing to commit to a change in the operating agreement that would contractually bind us to never using the remaining park space after the parking plan is complete for cars. And the remaining space we're proposing to permanently protect as a park, that's about roughly 17 acres. This is what we're suggesting. The current operating agreement divides park use, non-park use, or public access, no public access. But the area that is park use allows cars. And I feel like that's disingenuous because it's not really a park if you can park a bunch of cars on it. So this is the proposed space that in perpetuity would be never allowed to be anything but a park. No cars could physically park in that space. I don't think it's very common that a private business would try to put limits upon themselves, but we are a nonprofit, and our shareholder primacy is wildlife and community. If I were to put myself in the shoes of a neighbor across the street, I would want assurances that this will always be a park. Not only is it always a park, what is the nature of that park? Free of cars, and then amenities, walking trails, and stuff like that. So yes, I would suggest we're contractually bound in the operating agreement, and I have support of my board chair to do that. Our proposed amendment is a community plan that improves safety, addresses parking, and creates usable green space for the community. The neighbors have consistently articulated a park is a place that they can walk through, that they can use, that they can walk their dog and play with their kids. The one on the left allows parking anywhere, whether it's paved or on the grass. The one on the right distinguishes the difference between true park space versus where paved space or zoo support space. So one on the right is our proposal that really is at the core of what we're proposing. The distinction between what is a true park that is green space, and then what will be used for zoo parking and support space. The compromise or the request was to create space that cars wouldn't park on and to move parking as far away as possible from the neighborhood. In addition, in the 2023 amendment, we're creating a planting buffer and restoring usable green space that will be tilled, reseeded, and enhanced by flowering gardens and native plantings. We feel it's our responsibility to make a commitment to protect the green space,